So the manufacturer of this watch who sent it in specifically instructed me to rip into every detail and rinse the brand. And I'm going to be taking my first look at it today, and I'm assuming I'm okay to keep this. I'm not sure. So yeah, just assume that because they've said I can pretty much do what I want with it, say what I want with it. Let's take a look. It should be quite a unique design from what I've seen. Oh, I forgot about that. So yeah, they have fully recyclable packaging. Completely forgot about that. So it's kind of... Where is it? I mean, this is like an optical illusion. Now, I'm sure plenty of you will say, oh, I don't want that experience when unboxing. But to be honest, I'd rather it be able to be recyclable or at least reusable, right? For example, you know, like with Swiss Watch Company and other brands that ship in like a travel pouch, it's always better to be usable in my opinion. But let's see if we can find the watch. I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. Okay. How unusual. It reminds me a little of a tech product or maybe like a smartwatch, the way it's all laid out. But I think from the brief conversation I've had with the brand or the owner of the brand, this is the new Peren Regia X. I think that's how to pronounce it. And the brand, Peren, I think is in reference to the word perennial. I may have to look up that one on the old dictionary. Yeah, we got like a segmented rubber strap there. I've never actually tried one that looks anything like that before. And then we've got the watch itself. Let's get the plastic off. Oh, it's almost like sellotape. Yeah, it's like sticky on the inside, but there we go. It's quite elegant. It certainly looks like nothing else, especially the bezel. I'm not sure how well it comes across on camera, but it's got this typical like coin edge on the lower half, and then it goes like a ringed surface on the upper half. And even the finishing, there's just something about the mateness of the finishing, which is really smooth. But let's get the strap on. Quick release there. Let's get that fitted. Now, I don't know a great deal about this watch. Let's see what it says on the site. So limited to 300 pieces worldwide. I think this is the Regia X. Currently it's on sale for 750 Swiss, I think it's Swiss francs, CHF, but I'll put on screen what it is in some of the more widely used currencies. 2-year warranty, made in Switzerland. Yeah, this is like a bead blasted finish, but it's definitely like a finer grade finish than what I've seen on a lot of places, and it's got like a chamfer, really high quality chamfer there, I have to say. Now what's inside this? We've got sapphire crystal, which you would definitely expect, Sellita SW200-1, in-house regulated automatic, BGW9 loom, so the loom should be good. We may maybe give that a test. This model doesn't come with the bracelets, or at least the one they've sent in. 200 meter water resistance. The back does look pretty substantial. Let's take a closer look. It has a very minimalist look. Now, I'm pretty sure my wife saw this at some point and she said she didn't like it, but I quite like this one. How unusual. I'm not sure you can properly hear that, but the bezel feels different than many I've encountered. I'm not sure exactly in what way. I mean, it has no back play. It's very solid. It almost feels like extra spring-loaded or something. I can't lie, this is quite substantially higher quality timepiece than I was expecting based on the images. It looks quite small as well. I don't know if it's because the bezel is wider than normal. Tell you, that is a really unique feeling bezel. That really can't explain it. It's almost like you're cranking something, it sounds like. It's also got a date at the top middle. First time I've ever seen that on a watch in the price range that I cover. It's like really quite short and stubby, but looks very small. I wonder if because the bezel is quite wide from above, the dial is proportionally small, because I think they said 39 millimeters on the webpage, but it looks smaller than that. No, 39.2. How unusual. Bezel is about 38 millimeters. The lug to lug's very short. What's the lug to lug? Yeah, just approaching 45.5. I mean, that is a very unique wear experience. Super minimalist with like rounded off accents all the way through. Very minimal text. I quite like it. It is fairly chunky considering the size though, so do bear that in mind. And the case rear also protrudes a fair amount, so you get a little bit of that hovering effect. Very, very quirky piece, but not in such an extreme way as some of the other watches I've had recently, like the Paulin watch, for example. This is like the geometric diver in a way. Hand looks really nice and smooth too. I mean, if there's any main point of contention I've noticed off the bat, outside potentially of the price, it's the buckle here, because it's got like a brushed finish and just the overall styling doesn't really match the watch. But, you know, when you're having to pick up buckles, you're doing fairly well on my channels. Very plain case back there. Yeah, feels substantial. I'm not 100% sure what I think of this one, yeah. I mean, I quite like the look of it. And it's not often I find myself saying that. There's not much else out there that looks like this, though, I have to say. Every part of this watch is unusual. Bezel, completely different. The packaging's different. The dial's really different. But it's not wacky. Let's feel that crown. Well, that's really, really smooth. Definitely one of the better crowns. I've had a string of those recently. Watches whose crowns have been very smooth, and this is another one to add to the list. That is silky. Got to try this loom out. It's got such a unique look. It looks a bit like it was designed by Nintendo. And there's a little look at the luminescence. First impressions are that that's maybe a tad above average, but it's not a loom monster like some of the ones we've reviewed. But yeah, it's hanging on there, so certainly not the worst loom performer. I'll link it below. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's built really well. I mean, look at that finishing. Just wish maybe it was a bit thinner. If it was about 2, maybe 3 millimeters thinner, it'd be a no-brainer recommendation.